Daniela DeSousa, president of the Latino Cultural Society here at Quinnipiac, is among many of the other students that fear that the level of diversity here on campus will never change.
White people, the amount of diverse students that come to Quinnipiac gets augmented every year. But just because you put a bunch of people that are diverse on campus doesn't make campus diverse. Um, I think that organizations try to do the best they can, but the main thing is that we don't get enough funding. We put the budget in. I always try to ask like for 8 grand, and then we get like 2. So it's definitely frustrating, but you try to co-sponsor, but it's difficult to co-sponsor with other minority groups because they don't get money either. So you ask like SPB to help, and they'll give you like here's $100 like chump change. I'm like, you have a lot more in your budget than that. But
I've certainly been on other campuses.
Nicolette Yevich, associate director of the Student Center, voiced similar concerns and felt that it was up to students to try to branch out of their comfort zones to increase their awareness of ethnicities outside of their own.
Larger model here at Quinnipiac, and I think again it's a risk inviting people from student government, inviting people. You're going to get more. You're going to get more of that kind of influx of people if you reach out one at a time, I think, and say, there's this event happening. We would really love to see you there. And personally inviting somebody, not a blanket invitation, but you're going to get those people like Sean Geary or any of the exec board if you say, it's really important to me that you come and see what we're doing. I would love your attendance. I know you're very busy at all these other things, but could you please come to this one event, and we would really love, to have your presence there. And maybe not asking them to speak or to do anything over the, to call attention to themselves, because I think even for some of those student leaders, it's a risk. It's not their cultural group. It's not that they need to be afraid, but they're going to be in a room full of people they don't know. And so I think those personal invitations are the things that really make matter to people and will get them to take the risk out of their comfort zone.
I mean, ideally, you would want to be in a great place, but that kind of like diverse place just doesn't exist anywhere. So I'm just enjoying the struggle. I think the people that attend this school purposely don't try to become aware of what's going on. But it's up to the people. I wouldn't say the school is a bubble. I would say the people in it choose to be part of that bubble. It's very, like, you turn on the TV and you know what's going on outside. But
well, I think the issues that Quinnipiac is struggling with are similar to a lot of other institutions of higher education across the country. I think we need to look at what makes students go to certain colleges, what happens that they feel welcomed. But the other part of it is, no matter if you're a student of color and you feel welcomed, there's the other side of the coin, which Quinnipiac experienced this fall. And it's really hard to tell people they should be accepting of everybody. We've all been brought up in different kinds of households and have had different kinds of experience with culture.
For me, what was frustrating, so, a white kid does something, 2 white girls do something, and I feel like from the black community, it was, white people suck, like, you need to do this, that, and the other thing. Sister Soldier came, I don't know if you went, but she was just like, white people, you need to change the way you are. Like, the actions of 3 white students kind of made every black person on this campus point fingers at every single white person. My problem is, it's the black community, and everyone showed up for that. And what if it's like a less visible community? What if it happened to the Latinos? What if it happened to like gay people on campus? If anything ever happened, like things have happened to the gay people on campus, and nobody's done anything to do that. So it just frustrates me when everyone turns out to support them, but would everyone turn out to support a less visible group on campus? And that's what I'm scared of.
I think cultural groups struggle because they want to fulfill the need for the cultural group they represent, because those students need their own community as well, between then inviting everybody so that they can break down barriers. And so it's just not a very easy line to walk. But the more allies you can find, the more people who are not of that cultural group who go to those events and embrace them, then typically maybe the more funding you can get for the types of events that you're doing. But change is slow, and we always want it to happen yesterday or 2 weeks ago. And so I think, Quinnipiac will get there, just like other institutions. And it's important for people who are the leaders of those organizations to go out on admissions trips, start doing what they can do to tell people why Quinnipiac has been so important to them, so that we can get more students of culture, students with different ethnic backgrounds to come here. And along with that, we have to talk to our Caucasian students about taking the risk to get to know people different than themselves.
It comes down, there's never in your life will there be so many free events that you can attend that are amazing. Like, never. You pay $40-something thousand a year for school, go to the free things, you'll learn something, and if you don't like it in the first 15 minutes, leave. Like, no one has a gun to your head and says stay. So I think that it's just, even if there's an event going on, it has nothing to do with you, go to it. Like, just go to it and just see what it is. Like, you're not gonna lose anything. Like, instead of watching TV, you're gonna be at something that you could possibly, like, it could change your life.